Hi there. Welcome back to another little mini episode of MacGyver's Workshop, where we're working on our house building project. Over the last weekend, we went ahead and got the majority of our electrical run, all the outlet boxes and such. And now we're working on our lighting. You can see we've got 3 of the little cans in there. So the recessed lighting will be over the stove and the counter that's here. And we just kind of rigged it up and turn it on temporarily so we can see how the light's going to fall. So it's that looks good. We're spacing of the 3 cans. The fridge is going to be here, so we don't need an overhead light for that. Then we're going to have our island out here. So we want to establish our kitchen triangle where we have refrigerator, stove, and sink all within a nice little triangle. And what we're doing is we set our island, marked it off with the blue tape, so we'll have a 4-foot walkway between the stove and the fridge and all that. And then the insides of this blue tape will be where the island is going to be. So we'll have a 5-foot sink base and 2 24-inch base cabinets with drawers for your silverware and having cabinets underneath. We'll have a slide-out trash can, that sort of thing. And this will be your main food prep area where you'll be preparing the food. You cook the food over here, and then of course you've got your fridge over here, so it's sink will be right in the middle. So what we're doing now is we're trying to establish centering for our can lights over the island. The island is roughly 9 feet. So what we've done, first I marked it off with 3 lights, and we're going to, pretty sure 3 will be sufficient with 100-watt equivalent LEDs. But we're marked off on the floor where the 3 cans would go, but I have to get that position up on the ceiling. So while you could triangulate from a base wall and come off that way and then measure off from another wall and do all that, it's actually a lot easier if you've got one of those little cheapy laser levels like you get at Harbor Freight. That normally sits on a tripod, but the base is flat, so it will sit nice on the floor, and the front part of this triangle is right on the line where the light's going to go, and then it shoots a beam up. You can see the little red dot that's on the rafter there, and that's our relative position this way where we want the recessed light. So that's how you do that. It's got the 3 little adjustments on the bottom. We know the floor is level, so all we have to do is adjust the little laser level thingy with the 3 little wheels until our 2 bubbles are nice dead in the middle and we know it's level. And the laser shoots, in addition to shooting a beam that comes out when the head spins around, if you just turn it to where the thing comes on with no spin, it also shoots a beam out the top and goes right up here. And then all I have to do is come up here and mark my line. And then I'll repeat the process for the other 2. And then when I put my cans up there, I'll just kind of mock them up temporarily and center them on those lines, and then put some bulbs in them, power them up, and try them. And if it doesn't throw enough light down here, then we can add a 4th one, and we'll remeasure to space out 4 cans over the dimensions of the island. So that's how we're doing that. And stay tuned here, and we'll show you when we get them all up. Okay, so now I'm going to get my cans ready for the to put up, you got to put these little strain relief slash bushings in there so that the sharp metal edges of these little boxes don't cut your wire. They'll cut the crap out of you too if you're not careful. So now, 2 of these will have a now technically, yeah, 2 of these will have an in and an out, and then the end one on the far end over there will only have the one going into it. So, and I like these kits from Lowe's because they have these little snap spring-loaded things that grab the wire as you push them in. You know, I'm using LED bulbs, so there's not going to be a lot of current draw, so I think they'll be more than adequate. But if I was going to be putting like 100-watt halogens or something, I would definitely go with wire nuts. But if you're going to the trouble of putting can lights up, you know, it'd be ridiculous to use halogen bulbs. You just want to use LEDs for energy efficiency anyway. So these will never draw enough current to get hot because a 100-watt equivalent LED bulb only pulls like 17, 18 watts. So, but anyway, so you knock your little discs out of there, and then you pop these little puppies in here. They fit rather tight, so they take a little bit of work. You have to kind of help these little snap clips in there, and I'm not totally upset about that because that just means they won't fall out once you get them started. And then they pop in there nice and snug. And we do the same with the other one. Then we'll be ready to go up topside and put these things in. But again, as I said, I can't stress enough, be ever so careful when you're working with stuff like these because, I mean, these edges are really, really sharp and they will cut the dickens out of it. But anyway, once we get them up in there, then we got this here, and that seals it up, and that's all good. So, right, let's move along. Now what we did, since we were going to have exactly 6 can lights, 3 over the stove and then 3 over the island. Your big box stores, Lowe's, Home Depot, or whatever, will often sell these in a contractor pack or value pack, as this is called. And in my opinion, they look identical to the Halo brand kits, but you know, they're like $10 cheaper a box. So, whereas I paid like $56 for 6 of these, and it's like almost $70 for the Halos, and buying them individually is just insane because they're like $15, $16 a piece, you know, and then they don't come with the rings. So this comes with the you know, with the ring kit, decorative ring. It goes up and you're sealing afterwards. When you buy them individually, they don't come that way. So, and of course, if you have a specific situation where you want to put your own custom rings up or something or whatever, then yeah, you can buy them individually. It's just going to cost you a bit more money. But these are a good deal. I think the quality's there. Quality's really good, and they're airtight, so you can insulate right over the top of them. You don't have to worry about, you know, even if you did run a halogen bulb in there, it wouldn't make, you know, get hot enough to you know, burn your insulation or anything like that. So, and you know, they're really good. They got the nails already in them, so you just have to kind of prop it up there and nail it in, and the little guides put you right on the stud, right where it needs to be. And come over here, and I'll show you these little rails here. And these little guides right here. These go right up, butt up under the ceiling studs, and you nail them in. And then, of course, depending on your spacing, you can do that, and you can slide the can back and forth. to wherever your position is that you want. Now, fortunately with me, mine are easy because I'm going to slam mine all the way over to the edge of the, mine will plug all the way over to the edge of the rafter. So that makes it easy. But if you had a difficulty where you were right in the middle of a stud, then you can just measure off and position it where you want it. And then they got little set screws that lock you down in place when you where you want to be. So pretty good setup. And then of course these two you can adjust. Wrong side. You can adjust the depth of the bulb by loosening that up, and it'll go up or down to raise or lower the bulb so that it looks nice and is in symmetry with your rings and stuff. So pretty nice little bit of kit, I think. So anyway, let's get up topside and hang these things up. Okay, so you saw we had those up. Now I've got these three up. The bulbs are mismatched because I've got, I didn't have enough of the dimmable ones. I only ordered 4 off of Amazon, but I put these other 2 of the floodlight ones like I have in the workshop in there just for reference. But you can see, hopefully you can see from the camera, that the light over there is a bit whiter light casting on the floor there. And then this one, maybe a little more natural, almost a little darker. You can see how it's lighting the floor up differently than over here. It's more white. So we'll get more of that kind of bulb, but looks like 3 will be plenty. And then what we'll do for a little bit of extra style, we're going to have 2 pendant lights hanging that'll come down over the island on each side of the sink. So then we'll use, of course, the LED looking Edison filament bulbs for that. So, but that's looking pretty good. Well, keeping at it. Okay, and now we've got our light cans in the pantry here. Our pantry is very well lit now. There's no windows, so we got 5 cans, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That'll provide plenty of light in here. And those are all LEDs, so that's what, 5 times 18, so that's about what, drawing about 90 watts in here with all this light. So then, of course, we still got our other ones out here all mocked up and tested. So I'm thinking that looking pretty good. I gotta do this just for the heck of it. Backlit pantry door, how about that? Sweet. So yeah, I guess all you preppers out there will get jealous between a 21-foot long pantry and about a, what is that, 8 by 21 hidey hole in the basement, or a hidey hole under the house. We'll do like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and have all the shelves with the guns and everything in it. It'd be cool. Anyway, so that's about an afternoon's worth of work right there, mounting and wiring all these light cans up. But they're remarkably easier than I thought they would be. But anyway, that's it for now. Until next clip. See you later. Okay, now in here, I posted some pictures on Facebook. I didn't do any real video, but this is where the geothermal ground loop lines are running into the house and coming up into the utility room. And then this is the reservoir and pump right here. And then we'll have I'll run the plywood around this way, and we'll run our lines around back behind where the water heater is, and then they'll come into there's water out and water in, and then these two are the de-superheater lines for the that go to the circulate through the water heater. And then what it'll do is it'll primary on the water heater first and give you hot water, and then on out through to the geothermal loop lines. So that's pretty much that. I kind of paused on this bit here while we were getting some lighting wired up in here so I can work at night. But we're making progress here, slow but sure. Just thought I'd give you all a little bit of video on this. Of course, all those will be pulled straight and wrapped with the insulation, that foam pipe insulation right there, so the lines don't condensate or condense or sweat. So anyway, stay tuned.